We just went through the squirrel gauntlet back there. So it's those acorn trees. Yesterday when we walked through there, I kid you not, there were 25, 30 squirrels. Look, there's another 3 right up there. We just came through like 6 or 8 of them. But we finished going through a few of them, and then up ahead I saw the silhouette of what looked like a squirrel sitting up on its haunches, except it was entirely black. Now these are gray squirrels here. And so I just thought it was like a black garbage bag that kind of looked like the shape of a squirrel. No, it was a jet black squirrel. I have never seen that in my life. You know, I grew up around here with gray squirrels. Also oh my God, there's one right. They just playing with him now. I swear they are all over this place. Oh, this person had a bad day. It looks like he got run over by the mower. There's the screen. It's a pretty good sized phone. Anybody need a battery? So if any of you have ever seen a jet black gray squirrel, and that doesn't sound right, but it was the size and shape and tail thickness of a gray squirrel, but it was jet black. If you've ever seen one, leave in the comments. I'd be curious to hear about that. Now, last year when we were here, for the first time ever, we saw weasels. We saw twice. We actually saw one when we came around the bend over by the school. We came around the tree line, a black weasel, and I didn't know what the heck it was. I never knew that weasels were in this area. I actually Dr. Googled it last year and found out that yes, there are weasels around here. It's funny because, you know, I grew up my whole life in this same basic area here, and I never saw a weasel. Didn't know they existed in New York. You know, look like a little ferret kind of thing. To add to our exotic species that we find in Henrietta, New York, we got the black squirrel. I bet you they taste the same, no, Left? Okay, we just stopped up at the shop. He's, you know, right in the middle of working on it. I don't want to bother him. He's got the spreader, the case spreader on, and that truck up on that lift, and he's got that thing way up there, of course. And as he's, you know, pressuring on that gear set there, the truck is, you know, I don't want to stand there and watch that. I don't need to see all that stuff. You know, as soon as he comes to a breaking point, I'll talk to him. But I don't want to, you know, Monday morning, 9 a.m., I don't want to bother him. He's in the middle of it. I'm leaving him alone up there. You know, I don't need to be standing over his shoulder with a camera in my hand, too. He did ask me, though, he wanted to make sure that I had, okay, thank you, that I had plugged in the charger over the weekend, because he doesn't have it plugged in right now. And it's raised up, and I can't get up there to turn the inverter on, and I'm not going to worry about it. It'll be fine. It was charged 100% at 2 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. So, you know, I know that those batteries can power the fridge and freezer for, you know, several days before getting down. You know, it ran them for a couple of days, and it was down to 55%. And it's not like real hot, so they're not running, they're not cycling a lot. Oh, you just crossed the yellow fence line. Not doing much. It is so green here. Hi everyone, good morning. It is Wednesday morning. We just came from the service shop and I got a really good look at the rear end. He's got it all on the bench and got it apart on Monday. Found out what happened. Has to get some additional shims, a shim kit that's on its way. He said he believes it's all here now. So he had a GT 500 Mustang that he was working on. But he said as soon as he's done with that one, he's going to get back over on it. So what happened is the pinion bearing, it's a conical roller bearing. And he said that the cage, that holds the rollers was all crushed. And actually one of the rollers had popped out of it. So that's what happened. And so he's saying that he must have over tightened it is what happened. So that gets set. There is a torque spec. You set it as you're rotating the assembly. You set that torque. Now there's all kinds of, I've been reading all about, I'm trying to educate myself as much as I can on these rear ends. So for whatever reason, he's saying he must not have set it right, and that caused that bearing to basically get crushed in there. The gears themselves look, they're fine. There's no markings on any of the gear teeth or anything like that. It is a limited slip rear end. So some of the things that I asked him, because they came up in a lot of your comments, was he did have the fluid in there. He did have the friction multiplier additive in there. And there's a slinger also, an oil slinger, and yes, that was reinstalled. So those were a few of the things that y'all had commented on. Oh, pause video. What are you doing, Goofy? Huh? What? What is it? Huh? Oh my goodness. What the? Left? Oh my goodness. See? He's getting ready to get back on the adventure trail. Tell me about it. Oh! Hey! He was doing the stomps right before I turned the camera on. If you've ever seen that, it's so funny. It's a thing they do when there's animals up in the brush like this. They stomp, he stomps his feet to get them to move. It's so cool to see. That's such an instinct kind of thing, If you've ever seen that with your dog, it's so neat. He very purposely stomps his front legs to get the little animal to move so that he can get them. He's a good hunter. Not successful very often, but he's a good one. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You want to get the man on the bike? Hey, come on. Let's go walk. Come on. Come up. There you go. So he thinks, looks like after he's done with that Mustang, that he'll get on it. And I just checked the batteries. They were at 68%. Turned on the inverter so they can charge some more. As soon as the truck gets back out in the sun, it'll be fine. Get the batteries strengthened back up. So I left it with Harry to give me a call when he's got that back together. I did tell him that, I asked him, so is this, warranty from what you did before? And he said, oh yeah. So I'm now, waiting to hear from him with the good news that it's all back together and ready to go. And I did ask him, is there any is there any break-in that needs to be done? And he said no. He recommends you know, just to drive it around the area, and I'm going to do that. He said it's weird, usually if there's that problem, that he would feel it on a test drive, and he didn't feel it. And I told him it was smooth as heck, and I told him it had about 60 miles on it when that happened, that failure happened. I had done you know, just under 15 miles on a couple of test drives around town, and then we headed off down to the state park there, which was like 44 miles. So it was like 60 miles when that failure happened. But he said it's weird that he would usually feel that right on the initial test drive if that pinion bearing is incorrectly set. And he didn't feel it. And I told him it was smooth as butter, quiet, no noises, no vibrations, nothing. It was perfect until it wasn't. As soon as I get the update on that, I'll surely let y'all know. Thanks for being here with us as we work through this struggle and get ourselves back rolling. I'm really anxious to get going. My friend Jeff called me yesterday. He said he's planning to leave the area like Sunday. So I said I'm trying to get out of here like Friday, Saturday. So basically what he said is he's going to be right on my tail. So if I run into some kind of failure on the way across the country, he's going to be right behind me. Give him a call, and if there's anything that he can do for me, he'll be there, you know, within a day or so. So that's good to have. So as soon as I hear, as soon as we get it buttoned up and back from him, I'll let y'all know. Everybody take care, be safe, and thanks again for being here with us. We'll see you soon.